Hi, this is Stan Fitzgerald with Veterans for America First. I'm here with Mark Lajoye. Mark has been one of our endorsed candidates with Veterans for America First. Mark, how are you today?
I'm doing real good, Stan. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. It's a little rainy here in Georgia for our viewers, but
Yep.
we're hoping you're having a better day than us. So during the presidential campaign, Mark and I were working very closely in Georgia to help the president get elected. And I got a text from John George, who was the director of the state of Georgia presidential campaign. And John said to me, we want to get one of your guys from Veterans for America First on the president's coalition. John is now the White House political director, I believe, or tied up with the NRCC. And I forwarded that text to Mark because I chose him. And Mark, what was that list that the now White House director put you on?
Well, it was an honor to be selected for it, but I was one of 175 military veterans that were endorsed by President Trump for his campaign, which was an honor to be on that list, by the way.
And those veterans throughout the state of uh, Georgia and the nation, they were boots on the ground organizing veterans in this state and across the country, getting the vote out for the president. And during the campaign, uh, Team Trump's Brian Jack, who everyone knows in Georgia is the president's right-hand man, he credited Veterans for America First, which includes Mark's efforts in Georgia for getting the vote out. So we won Georgia this time. We didn't the previous time, but that's being questioned at this time, which leads into why Mark's on this show. But before we get to that, Mark, please tell us about your background in the military and law enforcement.
Yeah, so started out my career originally as an explorer for a local sheriff's office, which was up in Michigan. I graduated from a town called Escanaba, Michigan, which is right up there on Lake Michigan. And that's how I started the law enforcement piece of my career, was to work as an explorer. So I did search and rescue and things of that nature, worked a little bit in the jail, got some of the jail activities. Also was able to go on and get trained with some of the road deputies up there, which was gave me some very valuable experience. We worked a lot of different things, search and rescue stuff. We worked accidents. Unfortunately, we worked fatalities and those things. But it kind of set the foundation for what I wanted to do later on in life, which was law enforcement. And my uncle, who was a Michigan State patrol officer, he was the one that really kind of lit the fire under, the bug for me to get in law enforcement. He used to show me all of his case files and things of that nature. And he was actually one of the main detectives on what was known back then was the Michigan murders. There were 7 murders in all that happened, and he was able to solve by one case and one blood dropping from one of the victims was able to solve at least 3 cases. They never charged the suspect with the other cases, but I read those case files, and then there's a book out there named The Michigan Murders, and I was able to read it and really in context see how the investigation went back then. It was boots on the ground, the old style of investigations, and that's what was interesting to me. And that kind of lit the fire under my butt there. And then I got things just didn't quite work out. My dad had passed away, when I was 16, and I had to take another direction in life. My mom couldn't afford for me to go to college. Quite frankly, my grades wouldn't have been all that well for a scholarship. But a young guy doesn't know that back then. So I walked into an Army recruiter's office, and the rest is history. I spent, 41 years and 6 months, and in the Army. I retired out through the 20th Special Forces Group. I was the interim command sergeant major of the group support battalion, and was able to take those folks halfway across the world to Hungary on an exercise. That was kind of my last hoorah before I got out. So I spent all that time in there, equal amount of time that I spent in law enforcement working. The National Guard, the 20th Special Forces Group, is a National Guard group. So I spent 14 years active duty initially in the infantry, and then came back and got out into the National Guard. And I was able to serve both in the capacity as a police officer and worked in all facets of the police department. And then I was able to do my National Guard duty. And then, like I said, about 6 years ago, I finally retired and got out of the business and went back into law enforcement, been a government contractor, done several as a program manager, several projects in the excess of managing $540 million that I managed as a program manager. And so went back into law enforcement, and I'm back in there, and I'm a patrol supervisor right now. So that's kind of
I
the.
think, I think you'd be the best candidate for mayor, where you're running. Where can people support your race for mayor?
All right, you can go to the Mark Lajoye for Columbus Mayor dot net, and I'm on there. We have a Facebook site that also has a barcode there that will take you to my actual website. So it's Mark Lajoye for ColumbusMayor.com, and you can go up there and you can see everything there. And there's also a donation area. You can donate to the campaign from there. It gives you a PO box number and everything. It's all kind of set up that way. So